I will only announce the SOP actions. I will only perform pilot monitoring actions.
ground to flight deck. Fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
I never enabled my voice. Good morning, good morning. Yes, you guys, you took a while. I'll have to repeat everything I said. Gentlemen, I do apologize. It's early, and I'm obviously in a bit of a flustered position now. Let's recap. Let's start again. Sorry, Laurie. You and I were talking,
No
but I didn't broadcast the sound.
No problem.
Okay. So let's quickly go back. This is the route for today. There's Porto. Normal flight. This is a Euro control route, the only Euro control one from Porto. Approved one. All right. It's going to take us to PIMOS. We've got one of two ways of getting to the runway because we need to land at runway 09, which is going to be from west to east. Right. So we can use RNAV. All right. I'm on the page now. We're going to find out to what extent the Zibo can do it. I see it's already asking for a runway extension and your glide slope and things like that. So, I mean, it knows it's going to be a visual thing, Laurie. So it's halfway building it for us already.
Yes,
See.
yes, Yes.
Right. So we're gonna have a look, see how exactly this thing does it. But you've got to go from PIMOS to RIPRA, then in, or you're going to have it to do it visual and guide yourself, according to the chart in there. All right. So it is a bit of a challenge. It's like higher grade all of a sudden on a Sunday morning. It's higher grade maths here. But we'll do our best. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's go back to here. So how many miles? Hang on. Let's see if we can actually pick this up. 3 nautical miles. And 23. Right. So let's go to our legs. Let's have a look, see what the FMC tells us. Yeah, you see it doesn't have any of these other ones. So now I'm thinking, let's see if we can put the RIPRA in there. Let's get some guidance. RX09, yeah, I must then RIPRA. Yeah, there you go. There's a RIPRA. Right, so let's execute it. Right, so we've got some guidance already. All right, now the others are radar fixes. Good morning, Rob. Right, so from RIPRA, it's going to be way easier to just do this visual approach. Now, there is no other guidance to take us there. It's just a question of going direct. There we go. Execute it. And then runway 9. Execute it. Yeah, there you go. So we've kind of built our own little visual route there. How's that?
Just a note, Nico, the glide path is 2.8 degrees, not 3 on the chart.
Yeah, that's if you use this. Yeah, let's change that. Let's do that. I'm so used to 3 being the norm. There we go. Right, so step it through quickly. It's almost like the race there. So tempting. There we go. So we've got our path now in place. Right. Are you happy? Are you guys happy? It makes sense. Okay. Enjoy your flight, DC3. I am broadcasting. I'm definitely broadcasting, so just check your sound settings. Well, if he doesn't hear me, he's not going to hear that either.
Have a good one, Nico.
Should be. Yeah, other guys can hear. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Morning, Andrew. Good evening. All those things. Yeah. Good afternoon to you in Ausland. Right. Okay. Well, we're getting closer, guys. I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'm just going to quickly run through this. Stop me if you need anything. Lord, if you need to talk, you shout. You just get my attention.
Will do, will do.
2.4. Oh, and the other thing is it's a short runway. Please make sure you're not fully loaded. Please make sure that you carry about, I would say, 130 passengers roundabout. Don't go overboard with the weight. Otherwise, you can have trouble stopping. Just a tip from my side.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Pre-flight procedure. You do some work,
Pre-flight
lady.
procedure.
When I saw last night that this was a possibility, this route existed, between Porto and Gibraltar, I couldn't resist. I just had to do it.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. A bit different. One, that's 6. Gotcha. Fantastic. That sounds good that you can hear us now. 0. Right, there's no VOR, there's no NDB, there's nothing. That is a pure visual airport, it seems. There's just nothing. Not that I can see. If you guys can see something, tell me.
Captain has come with fastest seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
You know what I didn't? I didn't follow my VA flight plan.
Please check that the flight level is set correctly. Please check that the landing altitude is set correctly.
She's probably gonna change it. Yeah, always that.
I'm going to go upstairs to John and Kevin. I'll see you later.
Okay. All right,
Flight.
cool. Thank you, thank you. Let me actually come up too. Morning, gentlemen.
Oh, yes, Laurie and Nico.
Yeah, and we're live on YouTube, guys, just by the way.
Oh, you're on YouTube at the minute, okay.
You don't have to pretend to be good. You can be naughty. It's fine. We know you. Morning, Uncle John.
Good morning, Nico.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen, guys.
I've got 370, Kevin.
Yeah, I've got 390.
Pre-flight procedure complete.
I've got 330.
I'm ready for pre-flight check.
Well,
Well, I've changed to 370.
Oh, you would do, you.
listen, um,
What I did to you
you guys are aware that you have to build a little visual approach there, eh? On 09.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's brilliant.
Okay. Right. So then I'm going to leave you. I just wanted to check that you guys are on the same page. And I'll speak to you later.
Okie dokie.
Bye. I am so fast that I don't remember what I do. Right. Then that's done. This thing is on the bus.
Ground to cockpit. Stow is driving up.
Right. I'm online. I'm standing on top of someone. I didn't book a stand. Anyway, I'll just stay offline until I go. But you know what stand number this is.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Trim up.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Stow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. You may start the engines.
Before start procedure complete.
Start number 2 engine.
Ready for before start checklist. Starting number 2 engine.
I hope you guys have got coffee.
25
I've still
and
got a
2.
couple of sips left of mine.
Starter cutout.
Shame that was poor old Uncle John. Sorry, John. Start number 1 engine. She didn't listen, didn't ya? Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Thank you, Dolly.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
25 and 2.
Into Sims, I'm good, thank you very much. Oh, it's chilly. Tell you what,
Ready
even here in
for
South
before
Africa,
taxi
yesterday,
procedure.
it felt like winter
Started
was here.
headout.
Yesterday was
Engine
actually a
start
very cold
procedure
day for me.
complete.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Snow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Porto traffic Skymatix 001, taxi holding point, runway 35. Can't believe I'm early for a change. I'm the first one off, unless somebody beat me.
Taxi lights on.
Check there. Yeah, we're going to miss the heat. But I tell you what, this was a very, very hot summer some days. It was really bad. If I didn't have this air cooler here, I don't know, it would have fried me. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Oh, we've got the flaps. Everything is fine, don't worry. Porto traffic Skymatix 001, taking off runway 35.
Stabilized.
3-5.
Runway 35 confirm.
On runway 3-5.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. Throttle hold.
Trying to get that tiller centered and then I go skew.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Acceleration altitude.
Stupid Alpha Yoke is not talking again. Why? Yeah, it's just not talking to me. Hold on. Tell me it's now stop working. Yeah. Oh. Huh?
Approaching transition.
How's it working? Yeah, not good. Morning, Jet Power. I did notice that announcement. If it's not fixed in this version, we'll have to ask Zibo to just look at it, because it's supposed to play that one, not that one. We'll have to just listen. I've opened the door, we can hear it. You know what? I didn't test the FMC. There's two things into Sims. Number one, apparently you're not allowed or supposed to be allowed to change your arrival page once you've made your selection. The way to change it is what we said. You go back out, you go to the departure page, then you go back to your arrival page, then you will get the selection again. You see, you can now change. But if you are in this page, you make your selections and they become, what you want, you can't change it here, apparently. That's what Zibo told me. All right, so that's new. That is the way the real aircraft works. In terms of the legs page, I did not have to change the legs page today. I'll have to go test it. Thanks, Jet Power.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches off.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. I also said, we grow up as simmers. We grow up with all kinds of different versions of the 738, and everybody does it like a simmer way. And then you get confronted with the real thing and you go, oops, yeah. Just shows you. I'm not sure if I saved my volume, but I definitely, no, you see, I didn't save it. But I did, when we did the testing, I had it at 10. This will do it again quickly. Gotcha, I understand. Gotcha. Rob, my problem is the RJ45 female plug internally in the alpha yoke. That's where my problem lies. It's not the USB ports. The RJ45 cable I've swapped already, and then I traced it back. It's that female, on the bottom left, just below the starter switch. So I've got cable ties and sticky tape and all kind of things just to kind of keep the cable in position in a place where it makes contact. But I see with normal pushing, pulling, and turning, this thing kind of loses contact every now and then. And the worst part of it is when it does it on short finals, and then you can't trim anymore with the electric trim and weird stuff happen. But as you can see, I did manage to just touch it in the right place, so control back.
Passenger Escobar. This is in regards to a special meal. Would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
Yeah, got an X52 joystick throttle thing here as well. And tell you one thing, when I look at the way these guys make these things, it's like they don't realize, maybe they do it on purpose, to make more money, make it not last. The kind of connectors these people put on things, it's like they didn't think, or they didn't care, or they did it on purpose. And then you wonder which one, because I would never build a flimsy system like that, and then charge heaven and earth for it. It's just not me. Hello, Jerry. All good, all good. Welcome. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. I don't know what they are because I've never opened mine. But in my mind, I can see a little like fish tackle line, like a fish line on a fishing rod with silver or copper plating. And the reason I say that is many years ago, many years ago, a buddy of mine imported cheap cable for CCTV installations that we did. And we quickly found out that's why it's cheap, because there's no copper inside. It's like a fishing line inside, just a nylon little thin thread, and then they copper or silver plate it, and that's what makes it cheap. And then the second or third time you bend it, it snaps, it's off. And I mean, yeah, you can imagine lots of money lost there as well. And that's some of the cheap tricks some of these people use. So I don't know what they did exactly in the Bravo, but it reminds me of that incident. I lost those wires probably within 6 months of having my throttle. Just broke. Yeah, the clouds are not bad, but they can be better. I mean, this is also, again, it's just an alpha test version. I've reached out to Andre to see where he's at. I haven't heard anything from him since then, so he's obviously busy somewhere. The moment I know anything, I'll tell you. Lester, I was advised late last night and early this morning, like 6 a.m. Remember, we've got a family gathering to go to, which I never put into any consideration in any of my planning. My bad. So the only way I can do this flight is if I do it early. The other guys are still planning. I don't know if Uncle John is taken off already, but yeah, unfortunate, but that's just a small little thing I had to compensate for. Yeah, no, I agree, family first, but it, kind of slipped my mind. I didn't understand at the moment because it's just the way I was thinking, I didn't put two and two together, so it happens. And then what do you watch, Christer? What is it about? Okay, sounds interesting. Morning, Tommy. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, real world interferes with virtual world, so I had to make a plan to get going. Yeah, the start is kind of interesting because the start is all about the flight planning and having to set up a visual approach into the airport. But I can quickly run through it again with you guys. Right, so if you copy and paste my flight route, it will take you to PIMOS over there. See, it's in the Mediterranean Sea over there. And this is the only Eurocontrol compliant route that I could find in the database. Okay, so in my mind, it looks like it's been set up to use runway 27 by default, but in our instance, we've got like a 10 knot wind from the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to then do a visual into this side. Okay, go into the bay, turn right. If you go into your charts, you will see you've got two options. This is chart 18-1, and it basically gives you, ATC radar guidance in there. And then you've also got the visual. Okay. So what we did was, in the beginning, and it's all on video, you can see it earlier, is we obviously, let's see if we can do this at the same time. Let me just move this thing quickly. Right, so what we did was we opted to use what was given to us over here. So from PIMOS, we want to go to RIPRA. Right, so in our arrival page, when you select 09, I don't want to do it now again. You actually have to build a visual approach for yourself. So I chose 3 nautical miles for the RX point, and then on the chart it talks here about 2.8 degree glide slope. So initially I had it at 3, and then Laurie reminded me it's actually 2.8 for this airport. So there you go, it's 2.8. You put that all in your arrival page, all right, execute it. Then what you do is you obviously have to go step through.
Once again from the flight deck, we've leveled off now at our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. I'd like to kindly ask if you are staying in your seats to keep those seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. Onboard computer showing an on-time arrival, no ATC delays either. We're going to stay quiet up here, have you enjoy the flight and the service. Once again, welcome aboard.
Right, sorry, I'm just holding my head skew that you can see here. So if we step through, you see there's PIMOS. You can read it. And then what happened is we just lift the RX point, and we lift the runway, and we take out the discontinuities, and that way we build ourselves an actual approach. All right, so if we zoom in more, you'll see. So the reason we chose 3 nautical miles for the RX point is to get it in line with this one, this RIPRA. All right, otherwise it would have been skew again. So it's more in line, and then obviously you get your whole path. Very similar to what Sasso showed us the other day. So the training came in handy. So if you guys want to try this, just remember this. Just make sure that you enter the information on the arrival page correctly. 3 nautical miles, 2.8 glide slope, and then, RIPRA. Add RIPRA in there. And I think I had to type it, yes. It's not part of your plan. You need to physically type it in and add it in some of those square boxes. That's part of the discontinuity. So you have to add it yourself, and then the RX. And then, see. So you'll see in the beginning, if you actually go back and check it, you'll see everything there. Right, that should bring us close enough to do a proper visual approach. There are no VORs, there are no beacons, nothing that I can find. So when you fly in here, you have to realize this is genuine visual approach. The arrival page, Tommy, yeah, let me recap that as well. In the real aircraft, I did confirm this with Zibo. It took a while to just confirm everything. Once you've entered your information in your arrivals page, you cannot unselect and edit it. The only way you can get control of this page again is by going to something like the departure page, then going back to arrival, and then you see you can make your changes again. So it's not a bug. We thought it's a bug because we were just flight simmers used to a flight simmer way of doing things. But you can't change the arrival and the runway and the transitions once it's set, unless you go out and come back in. Okay, that's apparently how the real world one works. So we learned something new. It wasn't a bug. You're welcome, Tommy. See, we had some traffic there going underneath us. I'm going to definitely go for full auto brake here. Guys, another tip, I did mention it earlier as well. Make sure that you are not too heavy. The runway is short, very short. Into Sims, that's fine. Thanks for stopping by. Go sleep, rest. Guys, just also as a heads up for those of you that haven't heard, we've got some family gathering we need to go to. That's why I'm early, right? So I'm pushing my luck with my wife again. I'm going to land and then I'm going to get offline as soon as possible without being rude. Okay, so just bear that in mind as well. I'm pushing my luck a little bit here. Yeah, but I still want to do the flight. I still want to get the kick, the thrill, then when I'm sitting there amongst the family, and I'm bored out of my skull, I don't know, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, but, I've got something to reminisce about. Gibraltar, landing, crazy stuff. go for a flaps 40 landing as well. No, Rob, that's an interesting thing because we in turn say the same or ask the same of Zibo. And I'll tell you one thing. It's such a great part of my life, this hobby. And if you guys like what I do, and if you like what Zibo does, and if you like what we do together and things like that, it's good. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you like it. And something I have a passion for, it's something I really like doing. So it's amazing when I hear that you guys like it as well. This project, this Zibo project, has introduced me to some of the most awesome people on earth. Literally from Russia to the USA to China to India, New Zealand, Australia, South America, all over the place, all over Europe, even North Africa. I'm amazed if I go and sit and I think of all the people that I've met. It's been heart surgeons, neurosurgeons, orchestra conductors that are world famous, movie people, television people, news anchors that you guys know. And my favorite, I always say this, and I get goosebumps when I say it, my buddy, the mafia guy. I even made friends with the Italian mafia. The good guys, the bad guys, the pretty, the ugly, the clever, the dumb, everybody. It's such an honor. It's a privilege to have met so many people, that some of us have only heard of on TV or in the newspaper or in movies or whatever, and they've come across me in my path. It's amazing. DC3, go enjoy. Sleep well, my friend. Yeah, all over Asia. I mean, this world is big, eh? And I tell you what, if I look at some of the people, and the funny thing is, a couple of the guys have picked up, speaking about the Asia towards, that side, the Philippines, Vietnam, those areas. It's amazing how some people have picked up similarities and realized that some of their people are here too in South Africa, and they still hold tradition and they still continue, as they were raised and things. It's mind blowing, man. Love it. Yeah, I've met a couple of weirdos too, but we won't talk about them. I'm glad, Tommy. Yeah, I'm glad. I got a message the other day as well here on Discord from somebody. I won't mention names now. Don't want to embarrass people. But it's not a bad thing. He sent me a message and said, I never knew this. We never ever knew this. I've been flying this plane so long, never knew this. And I mean, I don't know everything. Like this whole story about the locked arrival bait. I didn't know that. And I mean, I've been in the level D sim. I've flown that thing. I've got a couple of hours under my belt, and you know, it's if you don't stumble on something or somebody don't teach you formally, there's a lot to learn that you won't just pick up. If you don't, by chance, stumble on something, you're not going to learn it, you know. And it's crazy. Every time Zibo comes out with something new, send me on this whole expedition to go learn. And look at Sasso. I mean, just the other day was talking to us about this visual approach, and yet today we're doing a visual approach. You know, that's how we learn. Some say monkey see, monkey do. I say no. It's studying, it's learning, it's being interested. You know, having an interest in something makes it easier to learn than not. You know, I love it. I love what I do, and if you guys love it too, I'm happy. Oh, my best to remember. I didn't have that crystal mine worked. Any error on the EFB on the bezel at the top?
Descent procedure.
I hope you enabled that so you can see it. I have no idea. Maybe it's the route or something. I don't know. You're gonna have to try figure that one out and then report back, Lister.
Approach top of descent.
See if we can hear him say his story.
The seatbelt sign has been switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
Yes, I hear it.
Now in preparation for landing, please return to your seats and be sure your seatbelts are securely fastened and store your tray table. Place any carry-on luggage you may have taken out during the flight on the back of the seat in front of you or an overhead compartment. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time. Go to the remaining service items. We will be landing shortly.
I've just sent Zibo that message. Now we know it's done, taken care of. Yeah, I see the other guys are on their way. There's 7 of them. I'm here already. I'm sorry I had to start so early. It was a bit of bad planning, I suppose, on my side. I do apologize, but I had to get this flight in. This is the second time I see the light is on, but there's no PA announcement. Yeah, I see the light goes on and off. It could very well be, but you remember we're talking just about code. So somewhere in the code there's something that triggers it, and I don't know what. So I'm typing here to Zim in the background as we speak. He'll pick up on it when he's ready. I see Richard is also typing something here now. Yeah, no, it's weird. Very strange, Christer. Someone else said it happened in 28. You sure you updated to 29? Ja, lekker. En jy, Bosman? Ja, nee, lekker milies. Yeah, Krister, I think there's more work that needs to be done in this FMC, eh? Just looking at what Richard posted now. There seems to be issues with the FMC. So, gentlemen, if you're flying the Zibo and you get issues, please make sure that in the EFB that you enable the FPS and error. It's the same function. So just enable it so that you get your error code. We need the error code because that says where in the code it's falling over. Okay. And then post in the forum for support, please.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on. Approaching transition.
This is going to be a busy approach, so I think we need to configure early as well. Make sure that we're ready, like with Porto, make sure we're okay.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Hello, Patty. Yep. Gonna start slowing down now already. When I make that base, kind of a base turn, I'll get into landing configuration already. No, I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if I was muted or not. The FAF is the RX point, Tommy, that you put in on the arrivals page. Speed brake on, the brakes maxed. Yeah, Uncle John, you guys must take it easy as well. I'm gonna run. No, I know I set it to 300 because I don't want it to stop. I'm literally just riding it down. My minimums is 200, so I'm gonna descend to 300 or as close to that as possible on the autopilot and then take over visually. That's the thing. In this instance, it's 2.8. Check the charts, Krister. The glide here is 2.8 supposed to be. I don't think anybody's going to complain if you put it at 3. But I'm just saying it's published as 2.8.
Ready for landing checklist.
Alright, 3 greens on the gear, right down. We've got flaps 30, we'll go flaps 40 soon. Okay, speed brake is armed. The brake set, lights is your problem. Cabin is secure, supposed to be. Still doing it. Ooh, we've got rain. Hope we're going to see the runway. It's going to be a pity if I have to switch off the weather just to do that. I just don't have time to do a go-round, so I'll improvise.
To level off.
Something's happening. I think I see something on the ground there. Let's see now. Just need to make out the what happened here. Come on.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing. 500. Clear to land runway 09.
400. 300.
Caution.
Approaching decision height.
Caution. Taxiway. Caution.
200.
Taxiway.
Minimum.
Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Caution. On taxiway. On taxiway.
Reverse unlocked. Speed brake up. Auto brake in use. Stabilized. knots. Nice landing. Really not bad this time.
That was not that hard. That thing talking nonsense.
So please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices.
That was a tough job, to be honest, eh?
Experience, and we look forward to welcoming you again on another flight.
Oh, you guys must have a lovely day as well. I'm just going to quickly go park off, then I'm going to run away, so I don't want to sound rude, but my wife's already complaining I'm pushing my luck again. Yeah, no, this thing is lying, Patty. Don't listen to this thing. If I did with XP Realistic, you would have seen me bounce. Everybody knows what XP Realistic does. If it was really that hard, we would have known. The chiropractors would be standing in line already. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
All good, guys. All good. Listen, thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll think of you guys when I'm with the family there sitting. I hope I don't get bored, but we'll see, you know. We'll crack a joke or something. You guys must have fun. We'll talk to you guys soon again.
After landing procedure complete.
Thank you.
Flaps up and set.
Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Prepare for arrival and cross-check, thank you.
Right, okay. Cheerio, everybody. Speak later. Bye-bye.